Hey guys, welcome back to another Play and Explain. In this video, 181, playing 6 tables. 5 of them are 500, and the purple is 1k, all the green's 500, as you guys know, and the one's 1k. On this board, with the club and the 2-pair, with 28, I'm sure I don't mind calling. I mean, this is a board we're gonna have a lot of bluffs here, because we can actually pick a good amount of bluffs here, so it does make sense to raise value pretty aggressively. Not to mention, people range bet these boards, and I usually attack it very aggressively, so I don't mind the idea. You could go for a call and actually lead pretty often, that also works too. But the point is that people don't build a checking range there, even though the 5 and the 9 kind of connect with our range, in the sense of, like, we're gonna have a lot of good turn cards for us. Right here, the cool 4, never gonna fold here, even though we don't know anything about this player, just not gonna fold this hand. Because, you know, you flop sets at a high frequency when you have pocket tens. Here we can do either. On a jack, it kind of sucks, still dying, no matter what the run it is, basically. Hopefully he just goes all in. Not gonna jam, because he could commit to a bluff with ace king, and if I shove, he might fold it. Okay, he's drawing dead sick. And that's why we don't fold, because this guy's wailing out. Gonna change him to the Baccarat reg tag. Shout out to all the Baccarat players. Good start to the video. I got that intro that hooks the viewer in, you know? Alright, I'm just clowning. Starting to lag a little, hopefully it goes away. Gonna open on the cutoff. Here, never 3-betting on a 30. Just gonna check and fold if my opponent range bets this board. I think it's okay. On a 2, we'll just call 10s. We'll fold here. And here the plan is we're gonna call this bet. 2 more aces are gonna come on the board. He's gonna have jacks, and we're gonna hit the Babby jackpot. Oof. I run so bad. Anyway, sorry about the delay in posting. This one's close. I actually don't know. I think it's a fold. Sorry about the delay, and this game's gonna break here. I might as well. I feel like I should leave it myself because I'm just gonna get stuck with my dick in my hands. I don't know. I'm gonna stay. We'll see if everyone plays me. I'll play even heads up if it doesn't. I'm gonna 1/3 here. Oh wow, we just win. He should pretty often see bet this hand on the turn, I think. That's easy fold. Alright, looks like I'm gonna get stuck with my dick in my hands. I should have probably left. Yeah, sorry about the infrequent uploads. I'm trying to find a mix between editing the videos more and posting consistently. I don't know if I really feel like playing heads up with this guy. I was kind of yapping. Especially on video. I got other stuff to talk about. I can't be talking about a heads up hand. There's the 1/3 here. You know what, in theory, I think we could call a good amount of raise size. The issue here is he's going to be, if he's range betting, he's betting better ace X. So it's like, why do you want to call this one? You're just, it's not like he's never, I don't know, explain it. On a 43, this is about like 50% of the time. This guy's pretty nitty, so he's going to under 4 bet us, but. Alright, he left me because I'm the better player. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm entitled to my own opinion, but I was joking about that. In the objective sense. I'm obviously confident in my own ability to play, but I don't know. I feel like people get so attached to better or not better in poker. It's like you don't even get to ever find out, really. It's like, what, if someone's better at 6 max than you, like, how do you even find out? Like, maybe heads up, that's the one spot you can find out, but 88, I guess we'll call. Good board for us, should be range checking. Or you can play, like, a little bit of a small set. I'm just gonna call here. First the fish, probably should have. Whatever. And here, we're just gonna basically range bet. If he raises it, we're all in here. I mean, if he has 9-8, whatever. But easy check back here. Actually, I don't mind the idea of the second 1/3. And check back river. Yeah, probably just performs better, right? In theory, like, I think the issue is people aren't really willing to check raise bluff this board. They might, yeah, he check raised me. He could easily just check all aces and check raise, but okay, sure, but He's not really, people don't usually check raise bluff the board, and that's when you benefit the most from the small sizing. The reason why a lot of these people tell you to range bet all these flops is because people don't raise enough versus it, and that is actually, that's definitely true in a sense. Let's see if we can get a, okay, I'll set this guy. Gonna check again. Playing big better check here. Probably could turn this hand into a bluff sometimes, but or like a merge. Because you kind of, if you play just without a queen X, you're gonna realize like you need to be more mergy. When the queen pairs and you never have a queen unless you have a boat, it's kind of like unlucky for you. Here though in this line, people just underbluff the spot, and you have enough weak ace-X. I'm just gonna fold. Okay, so here, let's see, smaller. You're gonna check a good amount here. How often do we want to check here? Not having a club. Means my opponent's less likely to have bluffs. I'll probably just bet here. Might be yapping about that. I'm kind of playing 6 tables. And I'm not the best when it comes to blockers and super wide range spots. I don't think really most people are on the planet, to be honest, but looks like I'm playing heads up versus this guy. And then this is a pretty good board to check for me. I'm expecting him to too many boats because 2-pair raises. He has some queen 9. The issue is, do I feel comfortable enough to check jam? I think I do. Let's do his size. He doesn't have 9s and 8s pure. I just have to jam this, right? Also, I like the way the boards ran out. Like, he doesn't have queen 7 off, right? So, like, he blocks. There's only one combo queen 7 suited. Does it always play this way? Don't think so. We're all in. I didn't go all in. Oh my god. Alright, on to the first hand of the session here where we have Jack 10. It was playing B50 and B20 on the flop, but you can simplify to B33. On the turn here, when they don't raise into you, they're supposed to be raising pretty aggressively. Jack 10 can do all 3 things. I'd say here the blockers are pretty redundant on this rainbow board in such a binary spot. You guys should just be rolling these spots for yourself. I mean, like, given the solver thinks almost everything's completely equal here, I mean, pretty much just is if you look at the EV across all these blockers. You're probably splitting hairs in this type of spot. I don't even know if that's the right saying. Anyway, when he just calls here, obviously there's a lot of these queen X hands when normalized height, yeah. Okay, and then on the river here, you're supposed to be B175ing your straights. And I think the logic behind this is your opponent, when you B175, interrupting the node, is supposed to just be basically come close to pure calling all of these queen X hands. I'm curious if you B175 and he just throws that little jam in if you fold Jack 10. You probably have to call it a frequency because you're the main hand you're repping. Yeah. Anyway, but we go for the check here. I mean, anyway, what I was saying is your opponent's going to call a lot of these queen X hands, but when you go for a check raise type hand, your opponent's mainly reopening this. Yeah, obviously you're jamming Jack 10. Let me go with the full height here for you guys. Yeah, you're jamming Jack 10. Anyway, as you can see here, your opponent folding a lot of these like lower queen X hands to this, but he's obviously calling the hands that beat you. So if we were to look at the equity, obviously Jack 10 is 83%. Opponent's Jack 10 is like 34%, so that's like the type of range we're supposed to be jamming, right? Like these are all supposed to be close. You're gonna make less money is the idea. So here at 175 versus 75%, obviously you're making more with the 175. So it prefers to just simplify jamming to like a boat repping range. Obviously you have a little bit of Jack 10, but you're mainly repping your boats, using 9-8 as your main bluff candidate. I'm blocking 9s and 8s and queen 9 and queen 8. And then yeah, the reason why 8-7 is less good, if you're wondering why like you're not jamming 8-7, is because your opponent's main type of hand is gonna be, he's gonna be raising I think queen 8 and queen 7 a lot on the flop here. Queen 7's not raising in practice. Also he has less combos of queen 8 and queen 7. Like he only has queen 7 suited, right? And there's like one combo. So if you have queen 7 at like 8-7 diamonds, it's not really, he doesn't have queen 7 off. So yeah, you'd rather use 9-8 as a bluff, and you don't have that much value as played, right? I mean, you're repping just boats, so given that you have so much combos of 9-8, that's pretty much all you need in this node. You see, you get a little. I'd like to jam some straights, I guess, as a leveling thing. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and all. Here you can do either. I guess we'll go with the B7, the big bet. Here. This spot I have no clue. You block queen jack suited, which is kind of relevant. Because, oh shit. I mean, we'll overbet here. So I played 1k for like 2 seconds. Can I title 1k in the title? Probably not. I probably just won't, because whatever, it's not really running. Okay, sick. Hopefully he just has 9-8 and he's done. Don't see the point. Like, I don't think he has too many folds off this. Maybe I'm just wrong, though. But I'll sit this because this table's about to break. Oh no, he has outs, man. What a disaster. I really didn't think he was going to have outs here. Okay, thank God. Even though this is a high EV spot, if this guy reloads, I'll just leave the table to continue making content for you guys. There's a lot of stacks going on here. I mean, let's bust them, eh? Comment below, am I going to win or lose this flip? Once. Let's go. Comments. Am I a good YouTuber? 3. Ah. So he potted into me. Then he checked. I mean, he just has to be whaling out, right? We don't really get paid from much worse value unless he has an ace. So I'm just going to check again and hope he whales. And then here on this river, we're just going all in. Hopefully just whaling with an ace. Oh no. Okay. No thought. I know the games, I guess, are just really fishy right now. Running hot emoji. King queen here on an 81. I think this guy is a rig, isn't he? It's gonna be a 4-bet for me. Generally in position, an easy rule to remember. If you guys want, I don't usually like to operate this way, but 2x plus 2 big blinds is usually pretty decent. It's mainly versus the big because they're so polar. Here you could probably go to 26, to be honest, because he's more merge. Meaning that you're trying to make, the types of hands you're trying to make indifferent are different. That sounded weird to say. Like, for example, if you have like 10-6 suited, you just know you're folding to a min click, right? Because the main goal of your hand is to fold, get the guy to fold pre-flop. It's not even to play a flop. But in the small blind, you're going to have a lot of these hands that are pretty indifferent, right? Ace-jack offsuit and stuff like this. Here with the great blockers, I think I can just bet and call off. Like, you want to be nitty in this spot, but I think this hand's just going to benefit more. We're going to block some of these hands. Could be wrong here, but just double good blockers. The club. I want to check back a good amount, but we still need to have hands that bet, right? Like, we still hit the board. We're going to have ace-jack, offsuit, pretty good frequency, same amount as king-queen, basically. We're going to have all the overpairs. We're going to have pocket jacks. We're going to have flush draws, you know. We're obviously going to have the overpairs, right? And so, like, obviously we're going to be checking back, and it's okay for him to lead, because we never really have 9s and 7s, and he has jacks a good amount. I mean, it's probably shoving half the time. Alright, let's see here. On a 30? I'm still going to do it. I have a good feeling about this one. I'm trying to forget some of these. I definitely overdo ace-5, though. I just do it like almost pure, even though it mixes in most spots. I would say if you're unsure about a pre-flop decision I make, probably just go run it yourself. Because I'm not perfect, pretty. Here, I'm just trying to post videos for you guys. I'm hoping, I'm a bit rusty right now. I'm hoping through the course of the year, my play will improve. I'm going to check on this board. I like to play big, better check, and I'd like to ditch the small size. Just find it easier to play. Alright. I mean, easy 1/3 here, and I'm tanking 20 years. Kid size up to half pot, actually. But that's not what I was thinking about. I was just focused on something else. I have to be a bit careful because... Okay, so here... He bets third. I mean, he's repping an 8, right? I'm just gonna go this size. I don't know. I mean, his hand just feels like to me so face up an 8. Maybe I should just block and call it raise. But then it's like, is it worth it if he's not bluffing you ever? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, if you know for sure he has an 8 there, what size would you guys go? It's a good question, I suppose, of what size you would go in theory. I just can't think of another hand he has. Maybe a 9. He could have a 9. You're just gonna size it to B75. Could check it back sometimes. I think with the club you're less likely to. Maybe I'm wrong about that. More run out proof. When they call, they're more weighted to worse hands. Or like not draws. But I guess you have less hands to get value from. And you're also more fine checking back. Your queen's always kind of cleaner though too when you bet. So it's nice. But could be getting the spot wrong. It's weird. Usually in the single spot I like to think you want the blocker to play aggressively. And then sometimes in deeper pots where the ranges are thinner, you don't mind trapping a little more. Because for example, blocking like Queen X of clubs, choosing to bet is like a lot less relevant than like when he has like so many different combos of continues, right? But when he has not that many, it's like, okay, like we're blocking a lot of his calling range and we're unblocking like the couple flush draw combos he'll have. You know what I'm saying? So it's different in 3-bet pots and 4-bet pots. The blocking kind of changes the blocker properties. I'd say in single race pots, you can actually almost ditch a lot of your blockers in some ways. Like, you don't need to ditch them, but it's kind of the sense, usually on the flop, you just focus on what hand is the best equity. Like, usually if your hand improves your equity and, like, how the runouts affect your hand, it's going to be usually better. I mean, there's some spots where it's like, okay, I block 2 pair, like, what could this guy have here? Stuff like that, but yeah. 79? I think we're gonna go with this on a 79. Half pot here, high frequency. Easy toss. I'll go 1/3 here versus this guy whaling. Here he raises me. I mean, this has to just go in the folding range, right? It's probably close, but if you, let's say he's raising with king queen of clubs or something, right? I'm like, why would I want to continue queen jack? I could continue a hand with an ace in it. Like, I know it's probably protection, and we're kind of blocking the hands he's repping for protection, but it's like, I just don't think he's like airball raising that board. So he donk leads into me. We're gonna tank, and we're gonna call river because this guy wailed the shit out earlier. Versa. Gonna check here, and here on the river I'm gonna raise this nerd because even though it's like pretty thin, it's like he's been in 2 cents. I don't know. The thing is, all these 4-card flush boards, yeah, people do get pretty nitty, and I'm gonna fold. So I kind of leveled myself here. Even though this guy's like wailing out, wish I just called. Because if he has the potential to bluff me when he comes over the top, then I should probably just be calling, right? Because I'm gonna pure fold to the 3-bet. So like greening for like little value is probably not worth because now I just blow up the hand in my equity. And I probably had the best hand, but I'm just not gonna call a raise there because I don't know. Checking range here, and you're playing into 3 sets in the button, and then because you check range here, you have a really strong range here, like way stronger than him. So I'm just gonna go with the overbet now, because I'm still gonna have queens, kings, and aces. And yeah, he might have some sets when he checks back, but it's probably not the play really, and he probably isn't checking. It's a fish. He's not checking this. Back a set, or was it a fish? I don't know. Yeah, it was. Right. All right, gonna be closing my stars. This guy's open jams. Cool. Fold here. I'm gonna be 4-betting these calm. Gonna be checking this flop. Pretty strong on a 1. I don't know. I don't want to look at the number here. I recommend not looking at the number too much in spots like this because you just want to pick the best combo. It's a lot easier just to like roll or not, and then you're just punting EV because you're using the wrong combos. Queen of spades, ace of diamonds. I mean, we block 8, 10 of diamonds. We block ace queen. I mean, it's pretty good. And we're pretty uncapped because we're checking range, so I don't mind necessarily being a little over aggressive here. It's the benefit of checking range. It's just like, if you people like to like just go for these insane bluff catchers, I mean, you just have your wide, you basically have your flop range, except he's more capped now. I find it simpler, and like I saw a video today where someone made some good points on range betting, and I think the main issue with range betting hurting your win rate is not the fact when you do it correctly and lose 0 EV. It's the fact that people. I was thinking of making a video on range betting, but I saw this guy make one. I forget what it was. It was like, I don't know. I forget exactly the guy's name. I would like to say it, but anyway, I'm sure if you just type in like stop range betting or something, you guys could find it for yourselves. This is close. I prefer to 4-bet this one, even on a 35. I don't know. I don't know anything about this player. All I know is this spot makes more money 4-betting usually, in my opinion. Because people 3-bet from the small end are very high frequency, and they don't play the 4-bet pots very well. Okay, so this is half pot. We don't have a spade, so I'm gonna check it. I mean, like, honestly, let's just go to 12 bigs. Like, we can have a down bet. I don't think it has to be half pot here. In position, you don't necessarily have to always play a big bet, right? And we block, like, Jack 10 of hearts. With Jack 9 suited. I mean, stuff like this. Yeah, that's the issue, but lose less. Sometimes they bink the flop, though. Or maybe he was defending, but this hand on this number could do it. I'm going to do it. Would I take this long? I don't know. I think ace-8's preferred, but I think from these early positions, you can probably get away with ace-9. In the sense that you're probably not calling it anywhere. Wow, this is a spot, eh? I actually have no clue what to do. I will admit to you guys, I have no clue. We're going to be running this one. Okay, so he has king-queen suited. We also have no king-queen suited, right? Like, maybe some, but he has, like, probably pure. Jacks and 10s, he has more. I'm going to check. Oh man, why can't I have like ace-10 or ace-jack? Like, ugh, so sick. Could hit the BBJ. Like if we had ace-10 of hearts here, free rolling. Probably check again. Or no, 1/3. Because he's gonna have, yeah. So here we could jam. Don't like it though. Gonna call it because, yeah, even though I don't think he has really bluffs. Actually, what does he bluff? Like, actually, what does he bluff here? I mean, we're so under-wrapped, right? He has king-queen suited. He has jacks and 10s. Maybe full frequency. We block bluffs in a way. No, he doesn't 3-bet 9s. I mean, he has 10-9 suited. He might have some of these suited connectors that are lower. This guy generally is pretty nitty, but our hand's so under-wrapped because we checked back flop. I feel like I have to call this. I don't know, though. I mean, I'm going to call for the video. Because I think my hand is too good. Also having hearts, we block ace-jack and ace-10 of hearts, which are also hands he has. And we just block so much value, even though he still has a great amount of value, but we're getting a good price. Yeah. It's just the issue. In a spot like this, right, my opponent has jacks, 10s, and he has king-queen. So he has 10 combos of value that he might play all the same, right? And then here, okay, here we're going to raise really aggressive on this board. Having chips, we both have chips now. So it's like he needs to bluff, so he just needs to like whale out, and there's no like pretty bluff, you know what I'm saying? Like he has no king 9, he has no like maybe queen, you know what I'm saying? But people aren't likely to take these lines on a paired board, so it's like, is he really whaling out with a suited connector? No. Like I probably could fold this pretty profitably, but yeah. The review of the ace-9-10 on ace-jack 10 4-bet pot. As you can see here, your opponent's not playing that much of a leading range, but if you look here, your opponent actually has no king-queen, and it has very low jacks, and it has actually no 10s, which is the combo my opponent had in this video. So I'm going to do this tool on GTO Wizard, which is the node locking. And if you can see here, what I can do is I'm going to give my opponent, realistically, oh, I messed up here, oh, oops, I did it wrong. I'm thinking of node locking. I meant to, here, we're going to go to weight 50, adjust my opponent's pre-flop ranges to give him some of these combos of hands that I think he's realistically to have a bit more. Just to be fair, I guess. Yeah. I think this is around. I think he's gonna have king jack around that frequency. I think he's gonna have king queen and jacks and tens. If anything, I think a lot of the time he might have tens pure here. He might have king queen pure here. So we're being a little disingenuous, even giving him half pot. As you can see here now, our opponent's going to be playing a leading range. If you're curious what he's doing in the absolute GTO solution, where I'm not making these assumptions, which I think it would be pretty ignorant not to, given he literally had tens in his hand. We're range betting B20%, and that's what you can go off that and look at the node yourself. If you have the software. If you don't, link in the description below for 10% off. And yeah, so you can see your opponent leads. He does not lead in practice. And here, now you see my hand actually does want to check. Before it was range betting. So when we do have the check, and our opponent, and what was the turn here? I forget exactly. I don't think it matters. It was an ace of clubs, I think. Actually, I'm going to go check the run out. Sorry, they blinked out for a sec. Alright, yeah. Okay, anyway, goes check. Opponent leading into us. Obviously, he actually leads into us the most with this hand. And I think he goes half pot. Anyway, never folding an ace here. Let's look at the EV of our hand, actually. So our hand right now is worth like 5 bigs, so it's not even actually making that much in practice compared to like obviously like a hand like aces. River, 6 of hearts. And in practice, opponent goes all in here. He's basically going all in with range on a brick. And our hand's actually a pure fold. With these assumptions. Yeah, I kind of had the feeling, but yeah. Ace-9 of hearts is better, because I think just due to the fact that I guess he's never really having ace-jack. I mean, he has ace-jack of hearts, right? A little bit. But, yeah, even though he's jamming ace-8, I guess the point is also, like, yeah, you're only chopping when he has a worse ace-x too, so, like, the value of having a 9. Opponent's bluffs here comes from, like, hands like ace-7 and 7-6. It's just not happening enough in theory, I think. And there's just so many value combos. For what it's worth, I think people are a little nittier with these types of hands, maybe. So I'm basically polarized to this. Also, probably not bluffing queens. So yeah, I think in practice I really would like to fold here. I was just getting such a good price in a spot like this, but people generally are going to have too much of these hands in this node, where they're actually supposed to be mainly flatting them versus the hijack open. But yeah, anyway, on back to the video, guys. Okay, having one of the better tens too. We're just going to play really aggressively here. He has 10 combos of value. I don't know the price we're getting. He has probably more than 10 because he has ace-jack. I mean, like the thing is, if I had ace-9 of spades, I might fold. I don't really want to fold on video like a hand this good because I'm pretty sure it has to be a call in theory, but it's close. Like people aren't that smart in these spots, like because like they're thinking like I don't want to get outplayed like this guy. That's so sick. Because he just has these hands so often, man. Like, I just want to fold. He should be... I think you could play a leading flop range in this spot, honestly, in practice. Because people just call king-queen suited and they don't 4-bet it ever. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tilted. I'm so mad at myself because I know the exploit is to fold. But I just don't because I'm recording and I think it's a call. I could see it. You can make a case. It's a weird... Because you check back, too. So you kind of cap yourself. You're not really repping in a hand like ace-king or ace-queen now. I mean, I would still check back. A good amount on that board. I don't know. We're gonna run it, and I'll probably make a YouTube short of it. Here, just gonna could do both super deep. I'm just gonna bet a third because I think people play worse first. Put money in the pot. Just gonna bet 3 straights here, or at least 2. Gonna call the 10s here and flop a set. This hand's just magical today. Okay, so wait, if he has aces and I bingo a 10, let me get some great content. I feel like this board, he doesn't have 10s or 9s. He has a lot of these under. I hate this size. Out of position, this doesn't make any sense. I have 0 folds. This is a spot in position you make because I'm going to have a tough time continuing. Okay, the issue for me here... Okay, I'm going to look like... I could see him having aces. I'm going to look like I'm wailing now. I don't see the point in just calling a hand like this. I don't know. If he has kings or queens or jacks, they usually just give up and don't bluff. So I'm just free rolling him and letting him draw to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if he has king, like, obviously the run is good, and I wish I just called, but on this type of spot. But like, if he has a gut shot like king jack or something, usually they call. And then if he has a hand like kings, queens, or jacks, 90% of these players just give up on turn. They don't turn it into a bluff. and I'm just giving him a free roll of 10% to hit a set versus me and stack me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is he folding an ace? Like, I hate the down bet there. It's just not a thing in theory. It's only in position where you bet 10%. Because think about this spot, right? I have 10s and 9s. He never has them. He's never, or maybe he has a little bit of 10s cold 4 betting. He might have some ace 10 suited, right? But I smashed this board. What do I fold for 10%? What? Oh, I get a little thin value. It's not a river bet. It's a flop bet. Like, you're going to bet 10%. I'm going to call, and it's going to go check, check if you have queens. I think people just get scared to check because they think they look weak. Like, oh, if I look trappy, when I look like I could have aces, you won't bluff me. I don't know, bro. Versus the fish here. This spot is so overcalled by ace high. It's insane. I'm just going to check. Okay, good. Like, there I was thinking you have to build a checking range, right? Because you're just going to have kings, queens, and jacks so often. And I'm going to hit the board enough that you can't just run me over with a big bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to have to bluff catch you, really. Obviously, you have to bluff catch in poker. But, like, you know what I'm saying? In practice, in reality, he's not going to have that many bluffs. I recommend playing, like, probably, I imagine, I'll probably run that one too. But I imagine he's playing a better check strategy on the flop due to the fact that, like, he's not going to have queen jack suited. He's not going to have stuff like this and the hands that I'm going to have. I mean, I could be folding queen jack suited at frequency, to be honest. Maybe even pretty often, but... yeah, you're going to have ace king, ace queen. And you should probably just be big betting it, trying to make my hands, like... I don't even know, it's a weird spot. Maybe just check it out really high frequency, actually. Because the 10 and the 9 are really good for me. I'm going to call here. This guy's kind of been wailing out, right? I'm just going to check and see if he wails out somewhere. Going to call again here. Alright, so what happens here is a lot of his queen x bluffs, like queen 9, queen 10, ace queen, if he's not 3-betting enough, because some fish don't. Hit a pair here and usually will slow down. Also hands like 10-9 here. On the river, if my hand was a little better, I'd go for a thin value bet here because I think he just has a lot of queen x as played, and I don't think a fish is going to fold. But my, like, just being king 8, okay, he's just wailing. Jesus Christ. And the games are, like, way too good right now. It's, like, embarrassingly good. A lot of recreationals online right now. Okay, on a 59, on the button I'd get involved with it, but here I don't want to. Let me stretch out my legs. How long have I been recording for? I'm gonna probably try and record 3 videos today and schedule them all. Maybe I'll try and post daily with the editing. It's a lot of work, but I think I'm just gonna try and grow this channel in the way I would want to. Let me know what you guys think of the YouTube shorts. I'm trying a bunch of different editing styles out. And yeah. And let me know what type of content you guys would like me to see. I was thinking of making some educational videos, but then I was thinking, like, I don't know, I was getting insecure. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm the best player ever. I think I still have so much to learn, so it's weird for me to be teaching, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say, like, oh, stop doing this, and I'm not the best. I'm pretty confident in my ability, but, yeah. I'm definitely not the best. Some people... mainly one guy thinks I have a huge ego. Fair enough. I think I do have a decently big ego, but I don't think it's like in the sense of... I don't know, maybe I'm just lying to myself, but... ugh, I want to fold this. I think it's in the sense of just... I'm confident in things, and then I run them, and I realize I'm dumb. Like, it's... you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I choose to live my life. I don't want to be a big nit with my opinions. I'm just going to fold here. In the sense of, like, oh, I could be right, could be wrong. Like, for example, there, when I'm talking about the ace-10-9 board, I'll run it and be like, oh, never mind. 10% bet it is a thing. I really doubt it, but... you know what I'm saying? Just because that's how you learn, and it's being wrong. And if I say a guy sucks, it's because I'm playing poker versus him and he's anonymous and I just am yapping out of my mind. Like in the last video, like, I mean, I was saying these guys were playing bad and they were playing 20 times better than I was in some of these hands. Granted, I don't think they were playing like GTO bots. I think they just coincidentally played that well. Because I have a way bigger hand sample on some of these guys than you guys do, but... yeah. How long have I been recording? I kind of messed up. 28 minutes. Jam. Alright, gonna end the video soon. We got some spots to review, which will be nice, and then I can edit some shit in for you guys. But yeah, let me know what type of stuff you guys would like to see. Would you like to see videos every day? How many of you guys watch every single day when I post every day? And then would you guys like to see more in depth, less in depth? Like, I don't know. Let me know. The 16 thing I think is easier. Like, I post 4, man, and every time I'm recording 4, like, I know you guys like the more in depth. I just don't have Zoom. I would have to cut it, and I'm willing to do that for you guys though. You guys really like the 4 tables, I'll cut it, because I'm not gonna post the video. Like, I'll record for an hour and cut it down, because I can't post a video where nothing happens. It's just too, like, if I sit down to record and there's literally 2 hands, I don't want to post it. It's just like in my head, it's just not good enough content. Yeah, I'm just gonna call here. You need like what, less than 30% equity. We don't have enough, but whatever. We don't have a diamond, which kind of sucks. But I'm not gonna fold here when he's like could be yapping out of his mind, right? Right. Bingo? No. Dude, I used to know this guy, Ace of Diamonds. The guy was always showing up late to class. But like, he's pretty inevitable. Boop. Fuck, man, why wasn't it a diamond? That would've been so, you guys would've literally like thought I was popular in high school. So sick. Getting my phone. Alright, on a 69 here, I'm gonna 3-bet. Haha. 69. Gonna record for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna start the next video. I always record multiple videos too, and then I watched the second one, and I was like, nothing happened, I gotta re-record. But I need to post more consistently. It's just because I'm hard on the type of content I'm posting. I also don't like when I'm like talking bad about other players, like, this guy sucks. I'm like, okay, what am I doing, dude? Okay, you can do either here. Lower flush, I like it. You can call it worse. And it's also gonna fold up better ace-x. And we'll go with the half pot. Oh shit. If you're curious about the overlay I use, it's in the description. It's free for micro-stakes players. Yeah, and you get like 10% off your purchases if you sign up with the link. So if you ever move up to higher stakes, it'll be 10% off, already like baked into your account. Yeah. The only products I have in the description are the products I'll be using in this video, and I've been using them forever. I mean, if you go back to the beginning of my channel when I had like 10 subscribers, I was using them. So, yeah. And pretty much anyone who plays poker knows about them. But yeah. But yeah, the solver link also in the description below. I really recommend. How this is, I don't necessarily for sure recommend, but it's one of the best investments I've personally made. So I don't know if I can recommend it for you guys or something. Because it is expensive, and if you don't play enough poker, maybe. But if you're looking to play poker for a living, I recommend you do get a tool like it. Just due to the fact, like, it's one of the best investments I've made personally playing poker for a living. I mean, I don't know how I would have done it without it. Alright, gonna wrap up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be posting another video, which is gonna be the session coming up right after this one.